Hello, and welcome to Mind Over Muscle episode number 19, which is pretty fucking wild.
That is wild.
This week we're going to be discussing prepping for summer.
Yes.
I want to do a disclaimer now that this isn't a 12-week summer shred. Fucking
Please, guys.
Although I do want to cover how to get in shape for summer if you would like to get in shape for summer.
Yeah.
But I think we mainly want to cover like what primarily women, because we deal with women. Usually do on the lead up to summer, the expectations of what women should do in the lead up to summer.
Yeah.
And maybe how you could do things a little bit differently.
Probably expectations of weight loss for summer. You know, that way people have a big expectation of I'm going to drop X amount in X amount of weeks.
There's a lot to cover, so we did do Q&As, which maybe we'll just come to that at the end.
Yeah, we'll definitely cover some. There's some good ones.
And maybe start from the beginning of like what the typical woman would do when she books her holiday for July and it gets to like, I mean, we're doing this in March. We're doing this like when people should be thinking about summer.
I think so.
But or you should be thinking about it probably before March, but most people don't think about it until I'd say 8 weeks.
Yeah.
How many inquiries? I've had a lot of inquiries of women
loads.
being like, I've got a holiday in 8 weeks, and I'm like, I'm not the guy for you, man.
Definitely not. No.
Like,
I'm not the quick fix coach.
Yeah, and I think it is that whole, I would say that's a typical thing that women do is like they get really close to that holiday and then it becomes like this rat race of like, I need to get in shape for holiday. And it's quite shit because there is a big expectation on women to be in shape for holiday.
Yeah.
Nobody says to a guy like, going to get in shape for holiday.
We'll put it this way, I laugh at this, right? Because as much as we do that, where's the expectation though? And what I mean by that is like, because me and Ross were laughing about this and I said like, obviously I'll do my shoot and then I want to enjoy life and then maybe for us going away in September, I'll pull back a wee bit. And he's like, why do you care? And I'm like, I just want to like feel good in my look good in my bikini and feel good in my bikini. And he's kind of like, but you look good. And I'm like, I know. And he's like, but so who? He's like, because he was joking saying, I don't care what I look like. I'm just I'll let it all hang out. And we kill ourselves laughing because I'm like, is it now I'm at that age where it's like...
But surely it's just societal pressure on women to look a certain way. Like, that's just the way it is. Like,
do you think it is? Like a lot of people?
Unfortunately, we live in a world where there's genuine pressure on every woman. It's all right for you and me because maybe we're quite comfortable in our own bodies and we don't care as much. Doesn't mean there's never been a time where you haven't cared. Like,
well, what I mean by that is, so I've got a couple of clients, we were laughing about this, who desperately wanted to shred for said holidays. So we got them down and then they actually told me themselves, they were like, because we were talking about the holiday and I said like, how was the holiday and all that? And they were joking about how they're back now like fat as fuck and all that, right? And I said, so that didn't just happen overnight. Like that was a point. So were you still wearing your bikini like all through the holiday? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, so where was the shift of I want to be as lean as I was the day I was on holiday to I'm now a week in, I've got a week to go and I don't really give a shit.
Right, so here's what we need to talk about is like what women tend to do.
Yep.
They'd give themselves too short a time period, right? So they do this really extreme version. Even if you want to drop 4 or 5 kilos in 8 weeks, it's quite difficult to do. It's quite you need to be very strict and you probably need to do a lot.
Yeah.
So let's say that's your goal. And then what women don't think about is that they diet right up to the day they go on holiday or even the day off. And then they go on holiday starving, tired, like craving everything under the planet.
Yeah.
And then thinking, but now I'm on holiday, so like now I get to relax. And it's the ultimate rebound, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And then they eat way more and drink way more than they ever would.
So
as we all do.
For the first thing women should be doing is giving themselves a like 2-week grace period between the end of their diet and their holiday. Yeah. Where they, if you're not working with a coach, this is difficult to do, but bring your calories to maintenance. Yeah. You probably do the same, but for every client of mine that's dieting, if they're ever dieting for a holiday, I never diet them right up to the holiday. They'll always have a 2-week grace period where it's like you can diet up to 2 weeks before it and then you have to come out of that for 2 weeks to maintenance. Yeah. Or you will go away and gain 100%. What you've lost and more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then come back and be like, I just fucked it on holiday. And you didn't. Like, you just think about what you did. Yeah. It was stupid.
Yeah.
So that, I would say that's the first thing people need to think about is like the unrealistic time frame.
Definitely.
and bringing that back further so that it's not so much of like a desperation, like panic. You give yourself like 12, 16 weeks and then allow yourself in that period to have your mum's birthday and like
have like even an off-plan meal.
Like go for dinner on a Saturday, you know, because like you're kind of want to, like it's going to be alright, it's longer, but it's going to be a much more enjoyable 16 weeks than like
definitely.
that 8 weeks of fucking panic.
Yep, which everyone does.
Yeah.
They all do that,
And people always do that, like go on holiday, eat hunters, rebound, gain all the weight back and more, and then blame their own willpower.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, just, you know, I just can't resist when I'm on holiday. And I'm like, you did it in a silly way. Take a wee step back and think about what you did. And it's maybe not your willpower, it's just that how much willpower would you have if you went on holiday starving?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, here's an all-inclusive.
Yeah,
you've paid for. And people have this weird thing of like, well, I've paid for it, so
so we need to have it. Yeah, you need to eat hundreds of it.
Like, I've paid for this, so I'll eat every fucking single thing that's here. And
because in What Planet, like, we always joke about how at all-inclusive you see people have like, it's like a 3-course meal at every meal. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they'll go in and have like their buffet breakfast and they'll not just have the fry up, but they'll also have the yogurt with the fruit and the granola. And then it's like at lunch, it's like, I'm going to have like some of that garlic bread to start, and then I'm going to go up and get my main course, and then like the treat table's open. But they do that like all through it, and then it's like cocktails on tap as well. So it's like you would never eat like that here, like ever.
I know.
Which is
weird. It must be a combination of like two things. So that whole, is this a British thing or just a general population thing of like, I've paid for it? So do you know people have that thing of like, well, I've paid for it, so I'll get my money's worth.
Yeah, a lot of them
like,
do.
I don't really care about things like that.
No, I don't care.
Do you know people
either.
that are like, they go like, they pay for an overnight, right? And then you get like a cocktail hour in the bar, and they're like, well, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there for the hour, and I'll get 20. And you're like, calm down, man. Like,
I don't get that either.
Like, and they're like, well, I've paid for it. I'm like, like,
what does it matter?
I actually had a client who I won't name, but she'll watch this and she'll know what I'm talking about, who just came back from a holiday, and she was telling me last week that it was a cruise, right? Cruise is like the ultimate intake, because people are like, see people that go on cruises, right? Especially older folk. I hate to judge, right? And this isn't a blanket statement, but like a lot of them are very like I'm owed the world type folk.
It's that mentality.
Right? And then she said there was this woman, and like there was this like woman who was just like, her job was just to give out ice creams all day, right, on a cone. And this woman was like allergic to the cone. And so she was like, I need it in a tub. And the woman was like, oh, I'm sorry, like I have to give it in a cone. Must have been told that in her job.
How did I pull a tub from somewhere as well?
There's probably multiple other ice cream free vendors on the ship. And this woman just fucking hut the roof and just started being like, can you fucking believe this? And I've paid for this fucking cruise and I can't even get a fucking ice cream. Like just going mental. And it's like, just
see people like that.
Look at everyone else you can get, man.
Yeah, I don't get people like that. I get it pure. I'm just not someone that complains in restaurants either. You know that way you get
That's
those people. Thing. Is it?
British people don't complain.
Oh,
they just go, they'll be like, this is horrible. And then they're like, how's your food? Brilliant, thanks.
No. I know a few people who I'd refuse to go out with them because it's mortifying. Like they'll go, that's not, is your food hot? Is yours warm? It's a bit cold, isn't it? Right, we'll send it back. And I'm like, fucking just eat the food. I
think that's embarrassing.
Like, I can't cope with stuff like that and make the poor waitress uncomfortable, or like, I hate rude people. And I don't know if it's because when I first started out in the working environment, it was like in Pizza Hut and in restaurants and in bars, and you'd always get those people where you're like, dude, fucking just eat it. Like, come on. Like, have a day off. But it is like you said, it's that mentality of, I've paid for this. It's like, it's the same, right? It blows my mind. People that take away all the free soaps and the fucking hairnet and like, it's free in it. And I'm like, but what are you doing with it at home? It's just sitting in a drawer. Saying like fucking...
Try to wash yourself with a mini bar of soap and you're using your shower.
You're never ever using that. Like, but they take it all away, don't they? It's the same thing. It's like pure hoarding. You're like, stop it.
Yeah. So I think like that's kind of like the most common thing that women do, isn't it? Like a flip of the coin is like, you don't have to, get in shape for summer.
Yeah.
Like, this is very person dependent. It depends how comfortable you are in your body. But every diet I've done has always been January. I refuse to diet any other time of the year other than January because I just think January to April, nothing happens anyway.
Yeah.
So I've always done diets in January, any photo shoot or mini cut.
Yeah.
Which means that every summer I've been at the peak of a bulk.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the run up before it, I've always been at the peak of a bulk.
Yeah.
Right? So going through a summer at like 3,500 calories, like the heaviest you've ever been, like that's quite, I think hats off to people that do that.
Yeah.
Like, women that do that, because that's the polar opposite of what even if you're not going on holiday, okay, the 1 or 2 days of summer that we get in Scotland, you do want to like,
you want to enjoy it. And
you want to feel quite good. So to be going through like a surplus, when there might not be that many people watching this that would do that, but I've got clients that are doing it and like they struggle with it.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like, if you think about it in the grand scheme of your life, what's one summer?
Yeah.
Of all the summers you're going to have in your life, you're not willing to spend one that like, but you don't feel your absolute best for to feel better for the following ones when you've got muscle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
but I think that's the thing. Like when people do these extreme diets, they have an image in their head of what they want to look like, and a lot of the time they don't, because again, it's like what you said. They've never spent the time to actually build good muscle or build to fill them out in a way that they want to look. For example, I don't get, it's so drastic and it never lasts. And I'm like, do you never get tired of being on that rat race? Do you never get tired of the hamster wheel of I'm doing this massive diet and then I'm going away and coming out worse in the end, and then I'm dieting and cutting like really, really aggressively all the time. I love the maintenance phase. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't feel as confident in a bikini in the maintenance phase, but I don't feel bad either. I wouldn't feel like I'm like 10-ton Tessie here.
I think like I did a webinar for my clients at the weekend. I did a few, but one of them was like realistic expectations of like maintenance. So like what your realistic expectation is there. And I think for me, like the point I'd like to get all my clients to is like, you're always, if you think about maintenance, right, it should be somewhere that you live where you're always within striking distance of where you want to be.
Yeah, 100%.
And what I mean by that is you don't have to get an 8-week panic on that you're going on holiday.
No.
Like, okay, you're doing a photo shoot preps now, so like it's different for you, right?
So
but let's
different.
go back 10, 12 weeks, all right? Even then, if you'd have booked a holiday for 4 or 6 weeks later, you wouldn't have been going, fuck. Like,
no,
you're not that far away from it.
No, I always sit about 5 pounds off, 6 pounds off my lean, not lean, but my comfortable.
Yeah, it should always be within like grabbing distance.
100%. I could easily do that in a couple of weeks.
I think if you're far away from that, so, and I mean that in all aspects. So if we're talking about physique, if you what is maintenance? It's not a number, right? Because it can't be a set number.
No.
So it needs to be something else. And for me, it needs to be that you are within striking distance of, like, say, a holiday. So if your partner booked you a last minute holiday, you wouldn't have to get a panic on. That's maintenance to me.
I agree.
Because you could get in good shape in 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Same with like physical. So if you get yourself so far away physically from a point where you couldn't create a physical goal, for instance, I'm not going to say a high rocks because that takes a lot of training, but let's say you decided you wanted to have this physical training goal and you then went, oh my God, like I'm so far away from that, then that's, you've came away from maintenance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you need to have those like within grabbing distance things. And if you do, then you're probably sitting in quite a good
I would say so, It's exactly what you said. Like, I know if I've got something coming up and I'm in maintenance, I'm like, I'll pull back a couple of weeks and I'll feel good.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll just add a bit more cardio.
Yeah.
I'll eat a couple of calories.
Because maintenance is like, I know, like it's a nice place to be, right? But it can be boring. I'm getting really bored with it now. Like,
are you?
Because I just...
Is it that you're bored with maintenance or you're bored that you're not working towards something?
Yeah, I need...
that's
it's more the training.
That. Yeah.
Because I can't imagine not training, but I also... So I need to train.
Yeah, of course.
I can't not do it, but I don't enjoy it because I don't have a goal.
Aye, I get that.
And when you're doing it all the time, you're like, this is fucking shit.
Yeah, you're pretty much just doing it there because you need to.
And then you're bursting your arse in a session and you're going, am I even building any muscle?
Yeah.
Like, I could just be like, because you're not tracking your food, you don't know what your protein you're consuming, like blah, blah. So it's a bit like, it is a bit boring. I'm more goal orientated.
Yeah.
Some people aren't.
Yeah.
But I think the striking distance rule is quite a good rule to live by.
Yeah.
And I think
really good rule.
It's a good place to try and get to if you are always pendulum swinging. Like overweight, mad diet, and overweight, mad diet, and like maybe these big crash diets, and then they aren't working for you. It's like kind of what Jen said in last week's podcast. She said something like, if you're always doing the same thing and it's always giving you the same result that you don't want, like that isn't working for you.
Yeah, 100%.
And like you have to accept that, and even if you like it, it's not working.
Yeah, I think it's also accepting though that that's just normal, as in like people, when we talk about maintenance, like for example, I've got clients who maybe want to cut for something and they'll say to me like, but when comes the point when I don't need to do that? And I'm like, what do you mean? And it was like one of them said how she really struggled one day with, she just wanted to eat hundreds of crap. She was like, I just wanted to chuck the towel in. I wanted to eat hundreds of shite. I wanted to be like, and I'm like, but why you seeing that is such a bad thing? Like, so what, you were craving chocolate? Why is that a bad thing? It's like, because there should come a point where I don't do that anymore. And I'm like, but that's never going to happen. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, see, in life, you're always going to have months where you're totally like fine and don't need that. And then you'll get months where you will crave these things, and it's normal. Like, we all do that. But in her head, she was very much like, her perfect example of maintenance was she would live a life where she would never have cravings for like chocolate or what they deem as bad food. And I'm like, but you're thinking about this all wrong. That's not what maintenance is. Maintenance is like, you eat really good, say like 85% of the time, and enjoy life so that you can, and work out hard and like track if you want to track, but so you can enjoy the good bits. It shouldn't be like, you can't look for perfection and go, well, I can't do that, so fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Like, maintenance to me is like what you said, we're at that peak where we're not so far off, reaching distance. We can cut back if we want to, but it's also about living in a place where majority of the time you are eating good whole foods, you are training, that's just who you are getting steps, you're moving more, but you also get to have the good bits and not feel bad about it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a lot of people, I think, but when comes that point where we don't crave stuff like this anymore, and it's never going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what you said there is quite interesting. Like you said, like what you do through the year, you do, like we say this all the time, but you do that so that when you go on holiday, you don't need to worry.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of the whole point, you know, when like you're like, you kind of take a step back and like, oh, like that's the point.
Yeah.
Do you know, like you get women that kind of, I mean, like they will do the diet up into the holiday, and then see when they go on holiday, they'll be like, they'll kind of have like they'll have a pure shite breakfast, and they'll be like, I'm just watching what I'm having, like when they're away, and I'm like, obviously we've just spoke about the fact you don't eat everything, but there's the opposite ends of the spectrum.
No,
like, you don't have to eat like everything, but also why are you being like a miserable cow, like and suffering when you're on holiday? Like the whole point of through the year is that you nail shit down
100%,
and you take the hit on time and energy a wee bit, so that when you can go away, you're like,
you can enjoy these things.
Like it's a decompress, and it's not like
but it doesn't need to be all or nothing. It's like what you said about the whole, people are like, well, I've paid for it, so I'll have it. And it's like, food's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to do that. Like you can be normal on holiday. Like if I'm on holiday, the way I tend to work it personally, I don't know about you, right? But I don't tend to change much about eating holiday, aside for the fact that I like to eat out every night. But see, during the day on holiday, I actually lose my appetite in the heat. So I tend to keep my breakfast and lunch a bit cleaner, because I maybe want an ice cream every day, and then I want to eat out at night, and I have what I want every night. But during the day, I just don't rip the arse. But me and Ross also train on holiday, which people think is mental. And I'm like, but I also shower on holiday, because that's also something I do every day back here. So why, when I'm in holidays, it's so weird that I work out when that's just who I am?
Yeah, but that's just your choice to do. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying everyone has to do that, but what I mean is, people, when they go away, it is that feeling of, we need to just go all in, and it's like binge drinking all day, lying by the pool, and it's like pint after pint, or it's cocktail after cocktail after cocktail, up massive. And it's like, but why are you doing that when you would never do that back here? Like, so don't be overly, I'm not saying like don't have these things, but Would you do that back here?
Yeah, but if you are going to do it, it's the same. Like, so this is just tying in with the Christmas one, isn't it? Which is the motto is like, that's what you want to do. If that is your idea of relaxation, 100%. Like, but fucking go and do it.
Yeah.
Like, but don't come back and be like, oh, why am I like so much hyper? But like, like, no. What do you mean why?
Yeah.
Like, let's go back and look at the photos for your holiday, mate. Like, what you were doing, like if that is that might genuinely be somebody's, just like you guys like to train. That somebody might genuinely like they go on holiday to sit by a pool and drink.
Yeah.
Like, they do nothing else. Cool.
Aye, crack on, yeah.
If you're coming out the back end of that in a shite position and moaning about it.
Yeah.
And then that's carrying you over the rest of the year, you're just gonna have that excess weight, and then you never like get it off again. So it's a wee bit more. Then you get to Christmas, it's a wee bit more, and then you get to now the next year, and you're like, "Fuck, I've got a lot of weight now to lose for this next holiday," because it's a big snowball in it.
Yeah, well, that's it. Because when people come back their holiday and they come back to our weather, especially,
I don't know. No.
Then they're in their next thought is, then it's Halloween, then it's Christmas, so fuck it. Like, fuck it. We'll start again next year.
Then it's January, then buy notes next year, and then it's double the weight.
And you're in an even way worse position. Yeah. And it's like, you don't have to live like that, at all. Like, it doesn't need to be that way. But again, it could just be because here's the thing, when I speak to my clients about it, and a lot of them used to do that, it would be like binge drinking all day, this and that. And I said, did you actually enjoy it or just take it because it was there? And majority of them were like, that's what you do on holiday, innit? And I'm like, is it? And they're like, do you not do that? And I'd be like, like, and I'm not a big drinker anyway. Like, you love a baby. Oh. I enjoy a drink if it's like an occasion, but see, when we're on holiday, I don't really bother my arse.
See, I do like a drink on holiday, but then I need to be even more sensible with food.
Yeah.
I said that in the Christmas one as well. I was like, because I do know that I like to drink.
Yeah.
Then my meals during the day do need to be very similar to
pick your battles.
Yeah. Because I want to pick the battle of alcohol. It's fine.
100%.
So then when I go out at night, like, I might go for a nice dinner, but I still don't get chips and all that because I still think, well, I know I'm going to be drinking, so like, don't fucking nut the piss.
Yeah.
And sometimes I will, but like, and also I will probably come back from holiday a bit heavier, like, because if your kid didn't, like, did you really go on holiday? Like, but there's a difference between like coming back a bit heavier and like
stones heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, and that's the thing. It's like, definitely enjoy yourself, but you then do need to ask yourself, is that how you want to live every year?
Yeah, I think when it comes to, let's maybe talk about when it comes to, so 2 things I want to cover: the timeline of dieting and like the whole 2 weeks grace period. I'd like want to cover that. Like, what does that look like? And then I think it's probably a good opportunity to talk about reverse dieting, because I don't think we've ever really talked about it in the podcast. Maybe we have at one point. I don't think we've ever covered reverse dieting, and it's a big topic, and everybody's always like, it gets a bit skewed as well. I think like people don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
And it's something that's important, because that 2 week grace period of maintenance is a very, very small reverse. Like, it's just a bump to maintenance. Yeah. Like, it's just a wee bump to maintenance. Like, so if we talk about that, let's say you do a diet. So let's say how would you diet somebody for 12 weeks into a holiday? So let's say they are coming to you and they are on 1,800 calories a day, 10,000 steps, couple of cardio sessions a week. Yeah. Like, if that person doesn't have a coach, like, what would they do to start dieting?
So I'm very big on like, so if they just came to me like that, pretty much what you said, they're on 1,800 calories. Even
coaching, they're just like, I'm doing this myself, I'm kind of eating 1,800 calories.
Yeah.
Do a wee bit of cardio now and again, and I'm doing about 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah. So ideally, I would say like, I would drop about 500 calories off them initially and say, keep moving, like keep your steps where they are. I wouldn't really implement cardio straight away just to see how they go with that. Because here's the thing, it's obviously them tracking as well. So you want to make sure that they're obviously really tracking right and stuff like that, because that tends to be like a big issue.
Yeah.
Get them tracking. Probably could implement cardio maybe 3 days a week. 20 minutes as time moves on, add 10 minutes, push it up to 30 minutes. Pull calories when you need to pull calories. It's just how their body responds, I suppose. I kind of go person to person, because it's easy to put, I could put that timeline around and go, do this, but that's not going to work for everyone.
Oh, of course. Like, I know it's like a very blanket question to ask, because you don't know the person.
Everyone's adherence is different and stuff like that as well.
Like, oh my God, I need to eat 1,300 calories. Like, that's no, I'm going to die.
It depends, like, because let's be honest, most people that come to us are eating more than 1,800 calories.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So my kind of rule of thumb is I would drop like anyway, it depends how heavy they are and how many calories they're eating, anywhere between 300 and 500 calories.
Yeah.
I would strip back initially. Not straight away. I'd probably get them to track for a couple of weeks to see where their food's at, where they're moving. And know what I have noticed when I do that? So like sometimes if you take someone on and I say to them, I just want you to keep a food diary that week for me and track your steps and all that, they automatically come down because they're all of a sudden aware of everything they're eating.
Yeah, I know.
I've noticed that.
I know.
So it's like they're then going, oh shit, I need to write down everything I'm eating here. And they almost put themselves into a bit of a deficit and their weight comes down. And it's like getting them to do that a couple of times for a couple of weeks. And then from there, we're kind of in a ballpark of, right, this is kind of where we're sitting. From there, depending on how much time we've got, I'd maybe strip off 300 calories and go, right, we're going to implement some cardio. Move from there. Make changes when needed. So if like weight plateaus or something isn't working or there's issues with adherence, or we look at loads of different variables. But yeah, it kind of depends.
Yeah. I think like it is a short, I think to set a realistic expectation, it's a short period. Even 12 weeks isn't long to diet.
No.
If I'm doing if I ever get clients doing like an 8-week mini cut, right, which is like the shortest diet I would do with somebody. I know you can do 4-week ones, but I don't really like it for females.
No.
But like 8 weeks isn't a lot of time. And like even if somebody's doing an 8-week mini cut, it's drastic. It's a drastic change. It is the whole 500 calories are coming off. Like,
of course.
You're going up to 4 or 5 cardio sessions a week. Like 100%. It is, because 8 weeks is nothing.
No,
and I think people think like, oh, I've got 8 weeks. I'm like, it's not a lot of time.
No.
And if you think about your body has to see that has to take effect in your body over a period of time. It's just like that whole age old thing of like one pizza doesn't make you fat and one salad doesn't make you thin. Like,
definitely.
It's like your body has to feel that for a while before you even feel, you could be 2 weeks into that before you see any change.
Yeah.
You've got 6 weeks left.
Definitely.
So it's like a realistic expectation. I honestly can't tell you how many consultations I've had with people that women that are going on holiday in 8 weeks.
Aye.
I'm like,
where does that number come from? I know.
And firstly, if you're going to a coach when you've only got 8 weeks to your holiday, that coach needs at least 2 weeks with you before they even put you in a diet.
Yeah, 100%.
So you've got 6 weeks of a diet.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 weeks if it takes me a week to set you up.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, it's like you pull out this magic number of like, 8 weeks will do me. And I'm like, how much do you want to lose here?
I mean, you absolutely can do it, but it's like, it's harsh, man. And then think about, like I said at the start of the podcast, when you're at the arse end of your diet, and especially if you're doing quite a short one for a holiday and you want to get in good shape, if you're talking like quite lean, right? So let's say even for just now for you, let's say you were going to go on holiday just now where you are in your deficit. So you're currently on 6 cardio sessions a week.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine like under 1,500 calories a day. Probably like 1,400 or something.
Yeah.
Right. Over 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
Right. If you
13 and a half, to be specific.
So if you went on holiday now, you would, maybe not you personally, but somebody like you would rebound like fuck because...
Oh my... See if you let me loose in Willy Wonka's factory right now, it's a door you don't want to open.
So what you want to do for there is if those numbers that you've got are still creating a deficit for you, right? If there's still a deficit for you, you need to bring yourself to whatever is going to pull you to maintenance right away for those 2 weeks. For me personally, when I'm doing that with clients, I'll always do food first because most people are just generally starving. Yeah. They can maintain the output. Like they can still do the cardio, they can still do the steps.
Definitely,
but they need the food.
Yeah.
So I'll usually pull their food to let's say you was at 1,300. I would say, right, it's going to be different for every person, but let's say 1,550 or 1,600 calories, whatever I think will be their maintenance, 1,600 for the 2 weeks before. And then that maybe taper a bit of cardio down. In 2 weeks, you're not going to get to do much. You can't just go for 6 and on. Yeah. Like, then that puts you in a wee bit of a more normal position before you go away. And you shouldn't, what you might see is, you shouldn't see I say this is stupid to say, but because it'll be different for everybody. You shouldn't see like a gain in the scales, but you will see like fluctuations because if you've been down, and then you add in 300 calories a day, that's going to go.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to stop going down and maybe fluctuate up with like food volume and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you kind of like, this is when it's difficult to do this yourself because you get a panic on. Yeah. Of like, oh no, I'm gaining all the weight. I just lost my holiday. Yeah. So that part, you just want to do that with a coach. Doing it yourself is quite difficult if you're not like experienced in doing it. Yeah. because your head will go probably and you'll be like, oh fuck this, I'm not doing it. But that 2 weeks will save you a massive rebound at the other end of your holiday. But nobody does it. Because they just need all the time in the world to get to the holiday.
Yeah.
And then it's just chaos.
And it's just time, eating up time. That's why.
And the whole...
in their head it is.
That if we're taking away from holidays and we're just talking about reverse dieting, because I think a big misconception still with women is that what they finish their diet on is what they'll have to live on forever to maintain that.
Yeah, no.
And it's like, that is not right.
It's definitely not maintainable.
People still don't believe that reverse dieting works. I've had clients that have been with me for years that don't believe it'll work, right? Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you this anymore, right?
Yeah.
So it's we've both got living proof clients, and we're both living proof that it does work.
Yeah, of course it works. Yeah.
And basically what happens is, like, the long and short of it is, like, when you're dieting, so right now as you're dieting, your BMR's lowering because you're a lighter person.
Yeah.
So as you become a lighter person, your body requires less energy to maintain your mass.
Yeah.
So your basal metabolic rate, or your metabolism, will lower, right? And then therefore you need less calories to live, which means your deficit needs to become bigger and bigger and bigger. So you get to the arse end of the diet, you're a much smaller person now, you require much less calories to maintain that size, right? But so your BMR is lowered, but also what people don't realise what's happening is, and people go, but I'm not, right? But you move less.
Of course they do.
Even though you're still doing 13,000 steps, whatever, right? You move slowly.
Yeah.
You don't fidget.
Yeah.
You do what you need to do and you sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like, you do things with less energy and less gusto. So you move, like, you create less energy.
Yeah. That's the reason why we tell people to move more, though, during a diet, because otherwise they would just not do it.
Yeah, but because that's happening and everything's slowing down, like, when you want to reverse out of that, like, I think people think, well, if I add on more food, I'm just going to gain more weight.
Yeah.
But what actually happens is, when you add on that food, you start to move with more energy and more gusto, and, like, you fidget more and you get back to that energy levels, which actually burns off quite a bit of that excess calories that you're adding on. So that's already taken that wee bit of a surplus away. You train harder.
Yeah.
Like, you do things, like, you just, your body uses that energy more.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go on as fat. Your body just uses that extra energy. It utilises it.
Yeah.
So then things just stay, like, they just plateau.
Yeah.
And then what you do is, then you start slowly, very, very slowly increasing that and increasing that. Like treading the water, like, leave it a couple of weeks, see if your body weight stays the same, which it probably will, and then go up a little bit.
Yeah.
Until you find a point where you start putting food in and the scales do start going up. So you're like, right, okay, now we're creeping into, like...
Yeah. And that, as it should though, but also, like what you said, your outputs are, like, you're lifting heavier. Like, your body's recruiting more and needs more food because now your output's a good bit higher again. So yeah, it's so important to do it. Like, I had a client recently, we had a big chat. She was really heavy. So she's lost a good 7 stone. And now it's at the point where she really is plateauing. But I said to her, we can't stay here now because our hunger's getting out of control. So it's like, we've brought her down as low as we can get her. We can't go any lower in calories, but our hunger's now reverting. Because those ghrelin levels are kicking up, and it's like our body's now going, no, now I want more food. And what would happen is she would lead into binges. And I'm like, we cannot, like, we need to come out of these calories. We need to do a reversal now. Like, we need to, but in her head, she equates more calories with, I'm going to be fat again. I don't want to do that again because I got to where I am on these calories. And I'm like, but you can't stay there. Like, your body's actually sending you signals now to force you out of that. But what people don't remember as well is people who have been really heavy, and you'll get this all the time as well, say to me, how many heavy people have you had that go, but I don't really, even when I was heavy, I didn't eat that much food. And I'm like, no, but you did. Like, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but you did not get that size by eating hardly any calories. So she said, for example, I would literally eat once a day, and I'd be like, what did you eat? And it would be like, oh, we would have takeout like 3 nights. And I'm like, right, so see if I ordered like a large Domino's with a side and a dip, that dip alone is 1,000 calories. Your Domino's and that starter or side that you've had is way over 2,000 calories. So see, even though your head, you're like, but I didn't eat that much food. see what you were eating. It was like triple the intake of what it should have been. I said that, and I said, so us pulling you out of this and getting you back to more maintenance is not going to make you fat again, because you're eating way less than what you were eating anyway. And it's about getting people to shift that mindset of people are so, they feel like they should always be dieting and they should be on low calories. And it's like, no, because when I eat more than that, I get fat. No, you don't. No, you don't, because you were eating way more than you thought you were eating. Like, you don't get to certain sizes by not eating food, eating way more than what you think.
Absolutely, but people need to, like, people just have to live in it to understand it.
Oh, definitely.
Even though you're living proof of it and you've done it with hundreds of women, that woman still believes that it won't work for her.
Oh, 100%.
So then it's just a case of, well, we do it and we see what happens.
It's the fear factor, and this is where we do say you need to trust the process. Like, it's like a leap of faith. You need to take it. Otherwise, do you want to stay here? And you're starving and you're now miserable and you're now like driving in and out of McDonald's and like ordering hundreds of food and cancelling it and going, oh my God. And you feel like you're going crazy because there is only so long you can diet for. Like, there is, like, even from like a health and hormonal perspective, it's so important not to stay there. Like, it's so important that your body needs the nutrients, your hormones need the nutrients, the fat, It's
funny how, like, it's not funny, but like women, it's hilarious. It's hilarious how women hate themselves. No, I'm kidding. Like, you know, like, women almost have this thing where they like eating not a lot of food. Like, I just find it so bizarre. Do you, do you ever get, like, I get clients who just like, they're on such low food and they're like, oh yeah, I'm fine with it. And I'm like,
I do not believe that.
I'm
for
like, why are you all right with that?
Bullshit. This is like people that are, how many times you've been out with someone that's maybe really heavy and you're ordering and they hardly eat, they'll sit and nitpick and go, oh, I'm so full now. And it's like,
I know.
No, you're not.
I know. But it's
no,
like,
you're not.
Why would you rather live in that world where you're like, oh no, like I'm fine. I don't really eat that much. I'm fine with it. It's like,
because they're terrified of being judged. They're terrified of, like, I eat like a man.
So do.
No, I don't, because I'm starving. But in general, I have a huge appetite. Like, I could go, I mean, Ross could eat more than me, but I would get a good go, man. Like, I could go toe to toe with Ross. But I'm comfortable saying that, because if anyone says anything, I'm like, well, fuck you, I train. And I enjoy food. And I'm not going to apologise for that. Whereas I totally get, because I used to be that person that was terrified to say I enjoy food, because then people would go, well, that's why you're fat.
Yeah.
And it's not cool, and it shouldn't be like that. And you should be able to go out and order what you want, not feel judged. But it's like you said in the start of this, it's the world you live in. It's the pressures of society.
It definitely is. It's there's no point in, not say there's no point in talking about it, but that's never going to change. Like, societal pressure on women will never change.
No.
Because there's always going to be an expectation. How many guys have you came across, right, that like they gain a bit of weight, right, and then it's like a laugh and a joke? I mean, they're just like, aye, you said a few too many pints this or whatever. You know, it's a bit of a laugh, you know, people smack their stomach and it's funny.
Yeah,
right?
It's funny.
What happens when a woman does that? Do folk go, oh, like, folk don't go, oh, just have a couple of extra pints.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, fucking hell, she's let herself go.
Yeah,
isn't it?
100%.
It's like such a judgment.
And it shouldn't be.
It's like, not a laugh and a joke for a woman, but for a guy, it's like, you know, and for summer, guy just chuck on a t-shirt, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
A woman, like, you're not going to walk about the pool with like a big heavy t-shirt on, are you?
Yeah.
Like, people will be like, why are you wearing a t-shirt?
Aye, it's definitely like that. Like,
it's so, and that will never ever change.
No.
No matter how much we all
No, but then I think that's where you need to change. You need to become resilient to that, which is a very hard thing to do. I feel like I've only kind of now just got that, where don't really give a fuck if you like me in a bikini or not. Like, fuck you. Because do you know what I tend to find? I was talking to a client about this. You never get hate for the people that look absolutely incredible. It's always like, even when you see it online with celebrities being trolled and that, it's always some wee fucking roaster that's behind a computer and miserable in their own life. Like, the people that really put the work in. Like, I personally would never, ever, ever look at somebody and be like, ugh, state of her. Look at the size of her. How, you don't know what she's going through? Do you know what I mean? Or him, or like, to me, it just blows my mind that people think like that. And I actually remember speaking to a client once about this. She'd been mortified now. But she was talking about wanting to wear this dress on a night out. And I said to her, why don't you wear the dress? It's like, because people will be like to me, I'm like, wee and fat, and look at the state of me in it, and I shouldn't be wearing this and that. And I said, who would say that? And she actually said to me, I'm not on my kit. She went like this to me. She went, well, I mean, I'd say that if I saw somebody. And I went like that to her, and I went, you would actually judge somebody for wearing that? And she was like, well, aye, she looked like a riot, aye. And I went like that to her. That's why you're going to be judged.
An internalisation.
Like I said that, I says, that's really sad that you'd actually do that to somebody. And she goes, well, when you say her face, and I'm like, no, but see the fact that you would even think that, why do you care? Like, what skin is it off your nose if someone, who cares? Why would that bother you so much? But then the more we get into it, I realised that was her personal trigger. It was almost like a defence mechanism where it's like that whole high school thing of the bullying. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just think, why would your mind go there? But again, it is the whole society thing, which is why I think you need to build that bulletproof mindset where you're just like, this is me. I feel good as me. I don't really give a fuck what you think.
Yeah. And like, there'll be a lot of people watching this or listening to this that are just like, that seems so far away from like anywhere I'd ever be. And I always remember when I was coaching with Ross, he used to always say to me if there was ever something shit happening, he'd be like, just need to give it time. And I was like, that is the most annoying answer that MD could ever give me. Yeah. But it's true, because everything is just like time. Like, you just need to give it time. Like, you're not going to just have a bulletproof mindset.
No, but you're also, you're never going to be perfect either. And I think, see, for me, I took a lot of comfort in that. It was known that, like, what is perfect? Tell me to you, what is a perfect body to you? Because I've got my impression what a perfect body would look like. But then when I speak to my mother pal, she's like, oh no, that's too muscly. I want to be like Victoria Beckham. But then if I said to Ross, like, what do you like about me? Like, if I'm doing a cut, he'll be like, no, you're getting too thin now. Whereas other girls will go, I really like you looking like that. So it's like, so what is the perfect body? Like, everyone's got, like, I don't like, for me, I'm not into skinny guys. Not against skinny guys, it's just no for me. I like a guy with a bigger frame, this and that. But yet people will look at my Ross and go, Nick, that's too big. Oh no, that's no my look. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like everyone's got this thing in their head of, I need to look like, and it's like, what? To who? Because you'll look at one girl and go, oh my God, she's banging. Another guy go, nah, I'm not into that look. It's not for me.
Also as well, like, you'll never, even if you get put in that body, you would find something wrong with it.
100%.
Because I don't know how many clients I've got that I would look at and be like, your physique is incredible.
100%.
And then they're like, oh, but what about that? And I'm like, you're just never going to be happy.
But that's what I'm saying. And this is what I say to my clients when they talk about, when they totally slaughter themselves, I'll say to them, what do you want to look like? And they'll go, what do you mean? And I'm like, no, genuinely, what is so bad about, like, tell me, like, in your head, what should you look like? Because you must have that. And why do you need to look like that? So it was like, one of them said, who was it? She mentioned a celebrity. And I'll be honest with you, see, when she showed me the girl, I was like, I don't get it. But to her, that was like, oh, do you not think she's... And I'm like, no, she's too skinny. But then people like that look. People might look at us and go, oh no, you lift heavy weights. That's like pure guy. That's like, no, don't like that look. It's too muscly. It's too whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like everyone's talking about perfection and how there's all this pressure to look like. And I'm like, look like what?
I don't get that often, people wanting to look like somebody else.
Oh, I get it a lot.
I could count in one hand the amount of times somebody said to me, I want to look like XYZ, like person.
Yeah.
It's more like they want to change parts of themselves.
Yeah.
Which is easier. That some things just aren't like, see, like somebody like get white hips, like
100%.
White hips, mate.
Yeah.
Like trying to start accepting that. Because
or you've had kids and you've got loose skin and you've got like, come on, like.
It's going to happen. Or like you're naturally proportionally bigger on the bottom than the top. Like,
I mean, you're just never going to change genetics that way.
Accept it and move on.
Yeah, definitely.
I know it's shite. Like, I have got probably the worst calves that have ever been made. And
I think
I've never thought about it until like I started wearing like I never used to like get my legs out. Like, I don't know why. Probably because I didn't train and I was like, oh, I'm not going to
Plus we're in Scotland.
Pure women hang in it. And then eventually I was like, fuck it, I'll just start getting them out. Like, and then when I started wearing things, I was like, why have I got no calves, man? It's like, they're so bad. And then now...
But do you ever look at women and go, Look at her lovely calves.
No.
That's
and
what
like,
I mean.
Also, like, I mean, I'm not pure butthurt about it. Like, it doesn't actually matter. But I just think, like, you know, like, I'm not going to walk around being like, oh, look at fucking shit calves. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I just get shit calves. Like, and I don't want to do calf raises all the time.
Yeah.
This is boring. So,
that's so boring.
I'll just get on with it. But like,
whereas I'm not into big calves on women.
I mean, I don't want like giant calves, but like a calf would be nice. Like some sort of shape there would be good. And it's like it looks like there's like two pencils.
See, my thing is, I hate my wee fat knees. I feel like I just carry a lot of fat around my knees. So I want to have nice shaped.
Do you know what's really common? I've got a lot of clients who like oh, I've just got pure fat around my knees.
Yeah, pure wee fat knees. That's how I feel. But then I'm also like, like it doesn't bother me at the point that I'm like, but it definitely is annoying.
Yeah,
like
so especially
that's what I'm saying. So if these got like their thing, yeah, totally. Never gonna get rid of that.
No, you're never gonna get rid of it. Should we do some Q and Ha's? Do you want to start now? So some of these, I mean, the ones that I got, like, really, really irrelevant to the topic, but I'll answer them anyway. Well, not irrelevant, but like some of them are just a bit odd. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you go first.
Do you want me to read Anthony Barnes' one?
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Barnes coaching.
Hello, Anthony.
Who I'm sure's got space for coaching if you want to know everything there is about every body part that's ever existed and every attachment site of every muscle. This has nothing to do with summer. He just said, he also started it by saying, I'm a personal trainer. I know you're a personal trainer.
We love you.
I also wouldn't call him a personal trainer.
No, I think that's like, call him.
That's like an
I think he's up there with like Yoda. I'd maybe call him.
Yeah. Anyway, he said he wants to know 2 opposing songs or styles that you train to. Which is nothing to do with summer, but I mean, I'm here for the question.
See, we've spoke about this before, right? So my music is all over the shop. So it's like 1 minute I can have like a heavy metal tune, like a good bit of Slipknot. And then the next thing I would go to like pure trance music where I'm like, oh yeah, wait for that beat to drop. And then, like I said, the next minute I could be sitting in the corner and like Elton John, I'm Still Standing comes on and I'm like, oh.
So what's your main style? What's your
probably
like,
trance? Yeah, probably like more dance music.
Okay, and then what's your opposing to that?
I'm just not into rap. Don't get it. I know you love rap, but it does nothing for me. Like I'm like, what's happening here? Like,
fair enough.
I genuinely, I'm like, how can you even train for this? Like, how? Yeah, it does nothing for me. Even when I hear it on the gym, I'm like, how? I just feel like
I love to hear the struggle. I like to know somebody struggled in life.
Do you? I feel like I can't hear it because they're talking so fast. I don't even know what they're talking about. It's like da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, so it's not rap then.
Definitely not rap. No.
Trance, and are you going to go metal or are you going to go like some sort of weird fucking Disney shit or something?
Depends how I'm feeling. Depends in the mood.
One of the two.
One of those two. Definitely.
I go a bit more metal now, but opposing songs or styles, like I would say I do go hip hop or I go quite a lot of grime.
Right, what is grime?
No, you've
like,
asked
what
this
is
before.
Grime? Have
I don't want to say what grime is because people watching this that like grime, there's probably not that many, will be like, that isn't what grime is.
What is it?
To me,
what is your interpretation?
My interpretation of grime is like sort of English London style, like
rap,
hip hop, but a little bit more like streety, sort of grimy. Like I would say the word grimy to describe grime as a genre, but I don't really know what the. I don't know how
they're all rapping like when I think about that. What was that film Matthew McConaughey?
Stormzy? Or like
yeah.
Or
like what was that film Matthew McConaughey was in and he played the drug dealer in London? Oh, it was a brilliant film. He was like it was like the hash farms and there was this. Colin Farrell was in it as well. You must have said, oh, that's going to irritate me. What is the name of that film?
That's the guy.
I'm about to ask. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know the film? Oh, it was such a good film. So it was like Matthew McConaughey. Aye, and it was basically, he owns these massive hash farms in London. And Hugh Grant was in it and played this gay guy.
What?
Oh my God. Right, hold on. The Gentleman. There we go.
Oh.
What a film. So in that.
Is that on Netflix? It's a series.
Is that a series as well? Have you saw the film? Oh, You need to watch the film. Me and Ross love it as well. It's such a good film, but there's a bunch of guys that are in a boxing club and they jump the streets and like pure rap and all that. That's how I imagine.
It could be that.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I mean, I'm saying it. I just know that I listened to it. I don't know. My explanation.
Right. Okay.
I would go that, or I like a lot of dance.
Yeah, we like her dance. When me and you do a like session, we like her dance together, don't we?
Yeah. So hope for that answer. I didn't really go songs there because, honest, I'm a music snob, and it would. Right. I'd go down a rabbit hole. I'd do an entire podcast on music if we wanted to do one. nobody would watch it, but I would do that. Anyway, do I ask one?
Yeah. Okay. This is quite a good one. How can you maintain a balanced diet while enjoying summer barbecues and gatherings? This is a good one. Because do you not feel like a barbecue, you also rip the arse a bit? Like, for example...
I find barbecues very easy, but I can understand how a barbecue would be difficult for somebody who wires in for like the potato salad and all that.
Not even that. It's more like, see if we went out for dinner, would you ever sit and order like 3 burgers? Yeah. You would never be like, go and give me 3 burgers, a side of chicken, a side of whatever. Because you'd be like, you fat bitch, what are you doing? But yeah, a barbecue, it's like, there's another sausage going. Do you want that other burger?
I think it's quite easy. So when there's been loads of barbecues I've went to, which people might be like, oh, I'm not doing that, right? But I've like taken 5% burgers to, right?
Oh yeah, I do that.
Because like
100%.
I'm like, go and just put them on.
Can I just say they're good?
Yeah, they are good. I'd be like, go and just put them on. We did it with Dave's Brothers loads, and then people ate the 5% ones and were like, they're better than the fucking other ones. And I was like, I know they are.
Sainsbury's do skinny ones at 2%, right? Yeah. They're called like Wagyu something like that. So good.
Plus, you can like, if you want to, like, put some more seasoning and remold them.
Yeah.
If you want to make them a bit more tastier.
Or do your own,
Yeah. But I think barbecues are very easy because for me, I just get a lot of the chicken. Yeah. I'll just get loads of the protein.
100% protein.
And and it sounds like it's such a woman thing to say, and it's not because I hate carbs, but I just won't get like a burger bun and stuff like that. Like I would just have like the burger without the burger bun.
Yeah.
I hate that because like I'm becoming like that.
See, I love a burger bun.
If you want to have it. But for me, that 100 and odd calories, I'd rather have like more of the chicken.
Yeah. And probably the booze that's there as well.
And maybe the booze.
Yeah. Whereas I wouldn't bother. I'm like, but I'm very much like, I would just have the one plate. Ross would keep going up, whereas I'd go, I want a burger with some of the whatever chips,
and then you just
some of that chicken, and then I'm good with that.
Yeah, it is difficult when things are just. I understand that, like it's shit's just sitting out, and you're like, and everybody's like, and you're like, oh well, I'll just I'll just have that, Like you probably do need to be like, I'm going to have one plate and like cut it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same as everything else, isn't it? It's like pick and choose your battles. See if you've got a 60th and a wedding and a barbecue. Like see the barbecue, have a bit of chicken and take your own burger. Because you've already got a 60th and whatever on that week. Like, if you've only got a barbecue, like, maybe just go and enjoy the barbecue. And don't have all the things that we all know are insanely calorific, but we're just eating them anyway and going, I don't know why I can't. Like, don't eat that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't have, like, all the crisps on the side and the potato salad and the coleslaw and the fucking cheese.
Do you not find, though, it's also a thing that when you're out, say you go to, like, a beer garden or something like that and you're out and you're drinking, you get less and less inclined not to eat shit because you're like...
Oh, you're inhibitions.
You're now at that point where you're like, fuck it.
This is the thing. And I know myself that alcohol lowers my inhibitions.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah. And I still try and make the best choices I can. And I'm really, really strict to myself when I'm drinking. But if you're somebody who drinks quite a bit and you do get quite intoxicated, like your inhibitions, that's your own downfall because they're going to go out the window.
Well, like the times when I have been drinking, me and Ross are picking up a pizza on the way home. Oh. Every time.
Yeah. Because you're just like, fuck it.
Every single time. We're like, at pizza and like a large Coca-Cola. Go home, please. Every single time.
You kind of get people though on the opposite end of the spectrum who also don't drink, right? But then they kind of like, because they don't drink, they think they can kind of like rip it a bit more with food.
Yeah, I think
because
so,
they're like, well, I don't drink. I'm like, it doesn't mean you can also rip it with food.
You're still eating hundreds of shit.
You're still consuming too many calories.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I suppose there's not really a great solid answer to that, but like, it depends what stay in shape means.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to stay in really good shape, like right now for you would go to a barbecue and not eat the food. Take your own food with you.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, of course.
Or if you weren't being as strict and you were just going to go on holiday, you'd probably go and pick leaner protein sources.
Yeah. I think it all just comes back to the one thing, no matter what time of year it is, not mindfulness.
Yeah.
And it's that simple.
People think it's like also like, it's like either that there's a secret, right? Like that somebody's not telling them, or that like for us, like people like maybe like us two if we're sitting in maintenance, like, oh, sorry for you, could just go and enjoy it? It's like, do you not think I'm having to make different choices?
Oh my God.
Do you not think I'm having to stop? Yeah. I could eat fucking 4 burgers.
Oh, easy.
And like 2 rolls and like, like, Jink, I don't want to. Jink, I'm just a weird psychopath that hates food.
No.
Like, I fucking love food. I still...
That's probably the reason I'm in the industry.
The reason that I'm still in alright shape is because I have to make fucking huge sacrifices 100%, all the time.
Yeah. It's funny because,
right.
my client the day I was laughing at Ash and she actually went like that to me. She says, mate, you're in the trenches, aren't you? Because I was so tired this morning. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely feeling it now. And she was like, do you want to know something, Nick? She goes, I actually always thought I'd love to see what I'd look like doing a photo shoot prep, like just to see what's under here. She goes, but see watching what you're going through. She's like, I don't think it's worth it. I just couldn't do that. She goes like, how limited your life is in the sense that you're not eating out at all. You're not eating with your family. You're not going to occasions. Like, if you are, you're taking your own food. Like, you're hungry all the time. You're having to do it. She goes like, it's definitely not worth it. And I'm like, but that's the point.
I
like,
think it is worth it.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, but this is what I mean about pick and choose your battles, right? Like, this to us is worth it because this is what we do, right? For her, for someone like her, it's not. But I'm like, but you also have choices to make in the sense that you can choose to be mindful majority of the time and still enjoy the good bits and stay as you are in shape all year round, or you don't. And it's that simple. And be okay with that, which is no skin off my nose. Like, I couldn't get... See if someone's really overweight and that's how they went live their... Power to you. See if you're a nice person, I will love you. I could not give a shit what that scale says when you step on it. But if you're unhappy, that's something that you need to make a choice about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it is hard. Like, it's like what you just said. Like, me and you we like to look a certain way. We do. But we also know to maintain that, you have to say no to a lot of shit.
You do, right? And like, don't ever get it twisted that people are in good shape or not. I've just got it easy and they're just, they've found this. Because the internet is just sells you so much shit. It's like, you can live this life where you do, and it's like, you can't, like, nobody's living a life where they're just saying yes to everything and in good shape unless they are training 7 days a week,
100%,
doing 15 to 20,000 steps a day, doing cardio sessions left, right and centre. That's the only people that are saying, or they're assisted, right? That's the only people that are saying yes to everything and being able to have like the genetic elite, right?
Yeah. But even the genetic elite there, if you actually saw how they lived, they're the strictest people in the world.
Or they're lying, right? People it's mental to say people on the internet lie.
Yeah.
Right? These people that say like, well, I can do this and I can still say shit. You can't.
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying no to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So there's never a world that doesn't exist where you can just find this balance, and it's this, people are looking for this utopia balance where it's like, I'm going to be in brilliant shape and I can still do this and this and this and say yes to it. It's like, that world does not exist.
Unfortunately. I was watching a podcast with that, you know, that Sarah Sigmund's daughter.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you
said
guys
that well, by the way.
I really did actually.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I wouldn't have attempted that. Sarah Sigmund's daughter.
Yeah, Sarah Sigmund's. I think it's Sarah, actually, Sarah Sigmund's daughter.
I can't believe you just said that. There's another Sigmund's daughter, isn't there?
Yeah. Kat? No. Maybe. No, it's not Kat. It's I can't remember. Sorry. Anyway, she's a big CrossFit athlete. Like, if you saw her, she's jacked. She's like fit as fuck. She's like amazing. And she was talking about how in one of the episodes, like me and Lou love these CrossFit films because they're so, they're so good, aren't they?
And then next podcast will be good as well for that.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, we'll get into that. But anyway, she, on one of the films, our screensaver, I don't know if you saw it, it was a Ben & Jerry's tub of ice cream.
Oh, no.
And the person says to her, like, why is that? And she's like, because I can't wait to finish competing and like have a full tub of it. And the person in the podcast was kind of saying to her, like, why, like, look how you train like all day, 8 hours a day. You're easily consuming about 4,000 calories more a day, easy for the level of training she's doing. And he was like, you could easily eat that if you wanted every day. And she was like, well, no, I couldn't, because the shit in it would affect my performance, because it's not like, even though it's calories, it's not good calories. Yeah. It's like, it would affect me. And he was like, so you yourself are actually really mindful about the food you eat? And she goes, all the foods I eat is like whole foods. It's like foods to accommodate performance
and
and repair and all these things. And again, someone looking at that would be like, if I looked like that and I trained like that, I would eat like that. And it's like, you would never know because again, it's going to affect performance. So even those people you look up to and think, but she's shredded and trains all day and should be able to eat what she wants. Even she's like, I'm a fucking athlete, trains 8 hours a day, and I still can't eat what I want every day of life.
More strict than just like your day-to-day person.
100%. So for us, of course, it's that like my thing is, see, especially when I'm doing my period, in fact, see the now, can't even walk by. Like every time I walk by, look at all these Easter eggs, and I first can't out, and all I'm thinking is like, what I'd give to eat one of them.
But you know the good thing is, like, I remember when I was doing my shoots as well, and you'll be the same for your last one. Did you not always like get by on the thought that like, see one day, like, and one day soon you will actually.
I'll be able to have it.
It's so good because you're like, the day is coming. It's not that it's never going to happen.
No.
I'm just like going to get to it.
That's what I say about that's what I say to all my clients when they're dieting. They're freaking out, and I'm like, you do realise that food's always going to be there.
Yeah, and one day it would be fine.
Like,
you'll get it.
See when this is done, you could walk into any supermarket, you could go in there now and get that food that you're all craving. Like, but hold off. Get like it's like having that. What's
short time sacrifice, long time reward.
That's 100% it. Yeah, definitely.
Should be the motto.
It should be the motto.
Right, okay. I got one that said, I'd love you to talk about keeping motivation when you're on your own. Like, so I would assume, I know this person, I would assume they mean like single parent.
Right, okay.
So just like themselves, like co-parenting, and like how you stay motivated when, I mean, I'm not in that situation, so it's very difficult to say how you do that.
Yeah. Motivated for what? Like, what are we talking about? Like a diet or just in general?
I think motivation to, so I believe this person is probably got a bit of, not a lot of body fat to lose. It's not a lot at all. You wouldn't look at them and say they're overweight.
Right, okay.
But probably wants to get a little bit in shape. It just can't probably get in the right headspace or can't get motivated to do it. I think because they feel like they've just got, it's just difficult. I suppose they're looking at it like being with somebody is your motivation, all right? But the way I look at it is, I sometimes feel like most people's partners are the opposite.
Of course, they can drag you down.
So I actually tend to find that like women that, you know, are with their partner and then they're not, all of a sudden when they leave their partner, I mean, they kind of start to see a little bit more progress because they don't have that. Somebody being with you isn't always like motivational.
I think it's got to come from within, right? This is going to sound cheesy. This is something I do. So like the now Ross has off-plan meals and all that, and I'm not influenced by Ross at all. And what I mean by that is make it about you, right? So here's what I like to do, and it sounds cheesy, but it works, right? I like to sit and think and go, see the Nick I want to be in life. Who is she? What does she live her life like? Like, and am I living in accordance with that? So like my higher Nick, the person that I aim to be, is someone who trains 4 days a week. She's someone who really looks after herself but does enjoy the good bits. And I sit and when I'm, especially in the now, in the depths of it and I'm struggling, I'll sit down and write out like, why are we doing this? Like, what's the goal? And it's almost just reiterating to myself, oh, that's why I'm doing it. And it totally shifts my mindset from, oh my God, it's like, I could just go in that cupboard. Like, who's going to know? Who gives a fuck? Like, and it shifts me from that mindset to, but see the Nick you want to be, she wouldn't do that. Like, that Nick would be like, nah, I'm good. Like, that Nick lives a life of, and I just write down everything that I want to be in life and everything I want to achieve in life and why it's important to me. So it's like, I want to be the best version of me so I can be the best version for my kids. And so they've got someone to look up to and be really proud of and be like, fuck, my mum's like, and that motivates me. So I'm not influenced by anything Ross does because that's Ross's journey. Ross might be my partner, but I don't, so what? I don't need to do what he's doing. I don't need Ross to keep me on track because I'm keeping me on track. Like, I know the kind of life I want to live. I know the person I want to be, and that's on me. So I think like if you're someone that feels like, but it's difficult myself because I've no one to motivate me, you don't need them to motivate you. You just need to have that in you and write that shit down. Like I write everything down when I'm in that headspace. Like when it's difficult, I will literally sit and go, why are we doing this? Like why? Always start with why. Like why? Like Simon Sinek says that, start with why. Why are you doing this? Write out your goals and see the minute you start writing that shit down, it's like something shifts and you don't need someone to look out for you anymore, because it's almost like if you're going to rely on other people to pull you through, you're never going to get there. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to internalize that and become your own like powerhouse. That's a big thing for me. So it's like, even if Ross said one day, I'm never training again, this and that. Oh, Nick, have a takeaway. I want to be the kind of person where I'm like, look, that's your path. It's not mine.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like I know where I'm going and I'm good with that.
Good answer.
Thank you. Tony Robbins, give me a call.
Have you got another one to go over?
I've got quite a few actually. Let's have a wee look.
This is where we need for the editing. We need like a. Can you do like a? Like a, I will want one of them. I'd love that. See in any silences, can we just get like an overdubbed like elevator tune?
That would be
That'd
so
be
funny.
brilliant, man. I'd love it.
Oh, there's loads here. So they're not that.
Do you want me to ask one while you're looking?
You do one.
Oh, this will be here for a long time. I got one that said, I'm just laughing because I know the person, but how can I have a hot girl summer? How can I have a hot girl summer at the arse end of a surplus? Can I? Get on. So this is what that, like, if you are in a surplus, right? I know this person and it's one of my clients. So
is that Ashley?
Yeah. Does she ask you as well?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know why I thought that. I
Minute
just thought that was definitely an Ashley question.
That is an Ashley question. It should be anonymous, but like you said it.
Could be Ashley, anyone.
Yeah, loads of Ashleys. She's in a surplus. She has been for a while, and she's doing it until August. So her diet probably starts August, September. So
right.
At the end of summer, she'll be like peak body weight.
Okay.
The goal was to try and get, not that I never put a body weight goal on somebody, even when they're gaining, because like, it's a bit silly. But knowing that I've worked with her for long enough to know that where we've gotten to before, I was like, we're kind of trying to push the like 80 kilo mark. Okay. And for her.
But she's tall. So
she's tall. And she can get away with that, no bother.
Oh, fuck, aye.
That's like nothing for her.
Very well, aye.
But it's a bit far off, but she's never been there.
Yeah.
So it's like new territory.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, I know she's asking it like a pure like fucking like stupid funny question.
Aye.
Like, you know, the answer isn't.
There's always an underline of I'm shaking myself.
Yeah, there is an underline of like can
I'm being dead serious though. Yeah.
I'm having a laugh, but fucking tell me. But yeah, I think you just need to have confidence in what you're doing, right? And the thing about building as well is, right, you can build like a dick, right?
Yeah.
So
of course.
building does not mean.
No.
I know she won't do this anyway, but isn't it just eating whatever the fuck you want?
No.
Like, I know Ashley, she trains hard, she trains good, she probably eats well like 80-90% of the time.
Yeah.
So she'll be fine.
Oh my God, aye. I also
think... You need to just be confident in like what you're doing. Like I said, it's a small percentage of your whole life. To be at the end of one summer or two summers where you're like not lean, who cares?
I think we also need to shift this... What's the word I'm looking for? Is that your tummy?
Oh, so much bad.
We also need to shift this thought of like, see you in a surplus, you shouldn't be fat. There's a bit, right? And this is what we want to talk about, because people panic about this, right? See, when we say surplus, you're going to fill out, you're not going to get fat. Like, nobody's going to look at you and go, oh my God, you're like heavy bulking. Like, you're doing it wrong if that's the case. Like,
100%.
My idea of a surplus, like, if you see pictures of me shredded, in my surplus, I have less lines, but I don't have a big belly. I'm not hanging out. Like, it's very much you fill out in a good way. You're not going to be fat. And that's where people panic. Yeah. Your weight will go up, but no one's going to look at you and go, oh my God, you're fucking fat.
Yeah.
Like,
and you will have more body fat on you. Like,
you will, but you're not going to be...
my heaviest, you know, what to me wasn't pretty.
No.
Like, I wouldn't have been like, oh, I love that physique.
Right, but even you, like, you'd stand here and say you were never fat, you never had like a pure overhang, you were not, like, so you filled out.
But you do need to be, like, people just think of it, like, I actually had a client the other day who said, like, Oh, but like bulking, like her husband does bulking, like like do you know the way that guys do, like guys that don't really know what they're doing, do bulking. Not, I don't mean that in a bad way. No, he doesn't know what he's doing, but like, cause like, do you know guys that do this? I'm going to bulk, and they just eat like shite. Right, and they just get fat, right? And then actually, when they lean out again, they're not any better off than they were the last time they leaned out. Cause they've not built any muscle. They just gained fat.
Muscle. Yeah,
they're just gained fat and then lost fat. They've not built any muscle. They've done it stupid. So like you said, like bulking. I hate the word bulking anyway, but it isn't about like just getting big. No.
It's also, it shouldn't be a big drastic food change. Like, so put it this way, me in a cut the now is on 30 grams of oats, horrific. Me in a building phase is on 70. It's the same food. So it's like good quality, healthy food that's going to accommodate training.
Yeah.
Just more it. And I'm not like fat. My face is a bit fuller. Like, this is where people worry about the whole bulking thing because they think, I don't want to get fat. And I'm like, you're never got. See, if you get fucking fat, it's not going to look good on me, is it? Like, you're not going to get fat.
I know. But I have had girls who've like got to the, the end of a surplus and like they are holding like, some people unfortunately hold more body fat than other people. Like, some people are more predisposed to gain body fat.
Yeah.
Like, so they do look a little bit like, chunky.
But
they're
filled
not
out.
fat.
No, you're definitely not fat.
No.
And that's the thing. It's just about shifting that mindset. But Ash especially is like, she's tall, she's quite lean, lanky anyway, isn't she? Like she's, no, not lanky, you know what I'm saying? Like she's tall and lean is what I'm trying. She's very ectomorph.
Be fine. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right. Ash is
she does hold all her weight in her lower section, to be fair.
But see, because she's so tall.
If you seen her sitting here, you'd be like, fucking hell, man. She's like...
She's got legs for days,
tiny,
man.
but like...
So gel.
Bigger, lower.
Oh, she's got great legs, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so she's always, Ash, you're always going to have a hot girl somewhere because you're a hot girl.
There you go.
Always.
That's nice, isn't it? That's a pure Nikki answer.
But she is, though. She's a pure babe.
I agree, 100%.
Like, she's an absolute beaut. Yeah.
Have you got any other ones? Do you want me to just continue on?
Yeah, you crack on. A lot of mine are already answered.
Somebody said to me, when I said in the stories, was like, what do you do? Like, what's your go-to for like summer and stuff like that? And somebody said, Retatrutide.
Oh, shut up.
I was like, okay. For anybody that doesn't know what that is, it's the new GLP-1. It's like where you can keep your muscle mass. Actually, a pretty fucking impressive drug, to be fair.
Normal works.
Like, normal
it's not tasty enough.
Normal GLP-1s, obviously, like as you get lighter, they lower your BMR.
Can we also talk about if you've not got any muscle mass to maintain?
Yeah, but if we're talking about people that are taking it, that are training.
Well, that's different though, isn't it? Yeah.
Like who's really going to take that? No, Sandra's not going down to the GP and asking for retatrutide. She's doesn't even fucking know what it is. But
yeah,
if you're taking it because you know what it is. Like that, it does actually. If you look at GLP-1s where they lower your BMR lowers as you get lighter, like I just spoke about, that actually it boosts your metabolism, which I hate saying, but it basically increases your BMR as you lose body fat, which is pretty fucking wild. So you don't get that need to be in a bigger deficit. It's pretty crazy.
Crazy I'm more on the fence with it all. I'm very much, let's just see how...
None of my clients are going to
I'm very science-based. I like to see how things play out before I make a big decision on that shit.
I've not read up on it nearly enough to know.
I'm very much, let's give it a couple of years and we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
I think it'll stick around.
Someone asked the question of, which is quite a good question, do you feel comfortable in a bikini on holiday?
So right now, this is quite an interesting question because right now my opinion on myself is I'm really comfortable. Like I really like my physique in clothes.
Yeah.
Not so much out of clothes. So I think if I were to I need to work on feeling comfortable out with clothes.
Right, okay. And which part of yourself, as in you just want to be leaner, or is there like
I just I hold a lot of fat in Mars.
You've got, oh my god,
no, but see if you've seen it out with it, like in the leggings, it looks
I want to borrow your arse for my photo shoot.
It looks good in the leggings. You wouldn't want to borrow it out with the leggings.
I would, trust me.
Not out with the leggings. It's like I have a lot of cellulite in Mars.
No, but we all have cellulite.
No, but it's not great. Anyway, so that's really, if I was going to go in a bikini in like 4 weeks, I'd probably get on a bit of a diet.
Right, okay.
Not anything huge. I'd like to drop probably a couple of kilos. I don't know how I weigh, but probably a couple of kilos.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, the answer to you must be yes.
Right, but now I feel good in a bikini.
Yeah.
Well, in saying that though, I'm still picking myself to
look good in a bikini, like feel good.
I feel a bit. I feel a bit shit.
This is the price you pay to get lean, right? Like, people think, oh, it must be brilliant, right? You feel like a bag of shit.
I feel like a bag of shit. Like, in my head, I think I should be like swinging for the lampshade, like, look at me naked, Ross. And I'm like,
feel like a bag of shit.
Absolute shit, aye. So it looks all right, but again, I pick bits like we all do. Like, I look at my wee fat knees and I go, Mars could be a lot better.
I'm going to pure umbrella like, your knees next time I see your chicken photos. I'm going to be zooming into your knees like that.
The wee knees.
Oh, she has got fat knees.
I actually said, also, look at my fucking wee fat knees. And he's like, I like your wee fat knees. And I'm like, you're not meant to say that. And he's like, well, you say that.
That's always a good question, actually. Have you got any more? I've got one more.
Right, go for it.
It's quite long, but I'll just read it out. I'd be interested to hear how you ladies would recommend preparing for a holiday if you booked it in 12 weeks' time. That's part one.
Okay.
If you're already in a relatively good place, right? So training consistently 4 times a week, 2.5-hour cardios, 12,000 steps.
Okay.
The old me wants to throw all my efforts in it, but actually, is there just wee tweaks that can be made, like extra cardio, lower non-training day calories, etc.? Maintaining before a holiday feels bizarre. My instinct is to throw everything at it, but realistically, maybe I don't need to. Isn't my client?
Yeah.
I have got a client in the exact same position, but yeah, what's your thoughts?
I would say if you're in a good place, keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I think that's quite a contradictory message because you're saying, like, I'm already in a relatively good place.
Yeah.
But I want to throw everything at it. It's like, well, you probably want to throw everything at it because you've always thrown everything at it.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's an unfamiliar place to be just now. But realistically, if you're quite comfortable where you are.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you could coast and then pull back a tiny wee bit if you wanted to.
Who says you need to diet into it at all? If you've said you're relatively in a good place.
Definitely, yeah.
Sounds to me like somebody who's within striking distance who could probably make very small tweaks if they wanted to feel a wee bit tighter, a wee bit better. But have an actual think about the fact that it's just probably an old behaviour that's coming back to, like, haunt you.
Yeah, I think, like with me, I'm very much, whenever I go on holiday, it's obviously different now because I'm doing this shoot, but in general, when I go on holiday, I just want to feel good in my bikini. I don't care about being shredded, if that makes sense. Like, I want to just put it on and be like, all right, I'm good, and I can kick about and feel comfortable, more than, oh, I should be a lot leaner on this because I could be. Like, I would never ever cut like this for a holiday. Fuck that.
Yeah, no.
Just to say, oh, look at my abs.
See when you go
like,
on
who
holiday,
cares?
Man, like, no offence, but everybody looks terrible.
And nobody cares.
And you're like, why have I bothered my
literally, people don't care. Like, Ross could not give a fuck if I've got abs or not in a bikini.
See, like, the people that are kicking about the pool, you're like, wow, man, I can't believe I killed myself to be here.
100%.
Like, they're just living their best life.
And then you just don't care. But that's my point. Like, you look around and you think, is that what you just said? You're like, I have literally burst my arse like this, and not one of these people by the pool. Everybody's having a great time.
I know, they don't
give a shit that you're sitting there.
Nobody's going like, oh, nobody's
literally walked by you and went, well done in your dieting. You've done so well for your holiday. Like, nobody cares.
I know.
I don't care.
I know, but you still, again, like, the thought enters your head, doesn't it? Like, a normal person would be like, be a wee billionaire for this holiday.
Maybe, aye. But in general, you're kind of like, yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Have you got any more?
No. Well, I do, but we've kind of already
covered.
Aye, we're very good. Have you got any questions for us? No. Nothing to do with holidays? Nothing you want to know?
It's been sitting watching YouTube for the past 2 hours.
No, not YouTube. I don't think I quite funny what you said there. That's kind of about people just when you go on holiday, like, there's dad bods.
I always have this image of, like, do you know when you go on holiday and there's always one guy, and I hate to say it, right, but he looks like he lives in the sun for a start. He's so tanned, right? He looks like he's made of leather, right?
Yeah.
And he's like got like the most insane belly you've ever seen in your
100%.
life, right? Like
That's
hard,
it.
like actually rock hard.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Nothing else, right? But it's rock hard and it's huge, right? And they're like, and he's never ever see the guy in clothes. Never as once has this guy got a t-shirt on. And the guy's just walking about all day, and I just think, why have I gone to the effort that I went to? And this guy is walking around, and folk are just like,
they don't give a shit.
Folk don't give a shit.
They genuinely don't give a shit, but we do. And I bet your partner, do you really care about your partner or bikini on holiday? See what I mean? Guys don't care.
But then women would see a woman in a better shape than her and be like that to their man. Like,
would they though? Would you do that?
Don't look at her.
I'm actually probably the opposite.
Because, I mean, it's natural to look at somebody who looks good.
Yeah,
like,
of course it is. Yeah. I think I'm more pervert than Ross, because if I see a really good looking girl in bikini, I'll be like, oh, does she not look great? And he's like that. Aye. Like he Jaylee does he? Whenever we're on holiday, Ross gets Rambo. Do you know what I got? Fucking Barbie. I was fuming. You know the looky men? They're like, oh, Rambo. And he's like, oh, Barbie. And I'm like, I haven't trained this fucking hat.
To be fair.
Are you joking?
It's just blonde hair.
No, it's crap.
They're not saying physique. They're not saying physique Barbie.
Call me Shira. Well, they should be. Don't want to be known as.
Anyway, let's wrap it up.
Yes.
Next week is going to be episode 20.
I'm so excited.
Which is good timing.
This is a good one. You're going to like this one too.
We've got, so we've got, I guess, on next week, we've got Ali Crawford on. If you don't know who Ali Crawford is, like...
You need to do your homework. Do you know who Ali Crawford is?
So Ali Crawford won, I don't know how many years ago now, but recently won...
Not that long ago.
Was it the Masters?
Yeah.
For, like, in CrossFit? Like, the actual... Not like, you know, like a wee CrossFit, like the actual CrossFit games, like won.
Yeah.
I'm sure she won the Masters category.
She did, though.
For the actual CrossFit games, which is fucking wild. Yeah. Like a woman, I'm sure she's Fiscal Bride.
She is,
she used to train when I trained in JD.
Yeah.
And she sometimes trained in there, and I used to always watch her and be like,
she's like, wow. Well, put it this way, I knew Ali over 20 years ago. She used to teach body pump and stuff in Fitness First, my first ever fitness job. And I just remember looking at her, no one had a body like that. I'd never in my life seen a body like that in my life.
Physique, and I'm dying to ask her about all the CrossFit games. Yeah. Because I love the CrossFit documentaries. I want to know everything about it. And I want to know, I really want to pick her brain on, like, I want to say older women, because she's not an older woman, she's not much older than me, but like women above 50, strength training, weight training, like all that, because I think it'll be really good to talk about that, because you know, you get that whole like, I'm too old, it's too late for me, like, and she's like a woman.
Oh my god, she looks like physique. Yeah, she's like, wow.
And her and her sister both just did the gauntlet, and I'm sure they did it in like it was under an hour.
Fucking hell.
I'm sure, that don't quote me on that, but anyway, insane physique, insane athlete.
I can't wait.
And it'll be good to pick her brain.
Yeah,
I just want to know if she met Tia Claire to me.
Yeah, I think she did.
Did she?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did.
I want to know about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's on next week. Apart from that, thanks for listening or watching.
Yeah.
Go and like it and subscribe to it and share it about, because
I know. This is one thing we're so grateful for. So I do get people coming in and going, listen to your podcast, and I'm like, thank you so much. And I'm like, can you please tell other people?
So tell people you watch it, share it about.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you on next week's episode.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the horns.
I'll do the horns.